Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is February 27th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, so we got several events coming out of the United States, starting at 3:30 South African time, core durable goods orders coming out, and then at the same time we had Fed Chairman Powell will be testifying. That should be an important event. And then later, and most importantly, 5 o'clock, consumer confidence coming out of the United States. Now, this number is really important. I would put it and pin it as important as the NFP or even the FOMC, and I'll explain the rationale behind it. Much of the market is really propelled by consumer confidence, how much confidence the consumers, okay, the buyers, the purchasers, the spenders have in the economy, right? So, you know, if people are making money, then they're spending money, okay? And that's really very, very simple, okay? It's as simple as that. And most of the economy in the United States, at least, is really garnered through consumer products, right? The production and consumption of consumer products. So this is really a very, very important number. And as long as consumer confidence is high, I would see that the market will propel higher. Now, the market rallied yesterday. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But it could even rally even higher if consumer confidence is very high. Okay, so let's look at the markets and see what's been happening. So we're jumping here into the EURUSD, and as you can see, we're setting up a little bit of a wedge formation right here, okay? There's your upper wedge, there's your lower wedge, okay? Which is an indication that we're going to have a breakout, okay, in one or the other direction. It looks like it's going to be a bearish breakout, but keep an eye on this as this unfolds later today. It usually has like a massive move in one direction or another. Lower highs, okay, higher lows, okay, develops this type of wedge formation. So keep an eye on this as this, continues trading later today. Now, it could be that it's going to be negative because when we're looking at the GBPUSD, we see it actually had retraced a little bit, trading on its 30-day moving average, but had retraced yesterday from yesterday's 140.60 high down to 139, dipping below 140. So that's an important number for the GBPUSD. So I'm going to take a very sharp look at this EURUSD later today to see if we do have that breakdown on the downside. USDs are not doing so much. The other currencies, Aussie USD selling off a little bit from yesterday, okay, but really, for a Monday, we were relatively quiet, okay, retracing just a little bit. But with this consumer confidence number later today, I do think we're going to have some sort of activity, and we look like we're going to be on the upside. So, keep an eye on this as this unfolds later today with the moves. Now let's jump into the Dow Jones yesterday. Dow rallying over 350 points yesterday. Okay, we're looking at a 1-hour chart, and as you can see, we gapped up, we closed the gap, and then we just took it higher. Now this was, really something that we anticipated. Okay, we had mentioned that this was a very strong and it would be resilient, it would jump back. And if we look month to month, okay, so with all the extremities that we've had from hitting all-time highs of 26,643-ish level and then retracing down to 23,352, we're now trading at 25,698, which is only 1,000 pips over our all-time highs. Now that is very important to note. Okay, so if you look at the beginning of the month, you look at the end of the month, okay, we didn't do much. Okay, to tell you the truth, we sold off maybe a few hundred points at best. So with that said, if we do get this positive consumer confidence number later today, I do expect that the Dow will jump even higher. So keep an eye on that. The DAX also took it higher yesterday, slowly but surely churning up. Okay, it doesn't tell it to you right away, but as you can see, there's money being funneled right back into the market, and it's closing in on this 12,641. I'd like to see it continue. Okay, it hasn't gone above the 70 on the RSI, so I do believe that we could continue going up higher here. Okay, as long as these numbers are positive. And then jumping to the Nikkei as well. Okay, and the Nikkei broke up from its resistance at 22,177, as you can see, and then selling off a little bit here, but I still think it's very resilient, and I think that we'll be either turning up or moving up forwards on the upper direction for the indices. So keep an eye on that as well. This is when we're looking at the gold right now, this has really been a lackluster situation. We had a nice rally and then we had a massive sell-off last week, and now we're just, it seems like so arbitrary. Okay, trading at as high as 1339 on yesterday and then selling off down to 1332. So, it's not showing that there are consistent buyers, and it just seems like, it's trading in a range, just being, low volume. People are just, pushing it up higher, pushing it lower, and there's no consistency. There's no follow through. Okay, with the Dow Jones, had you bought it, you would seen it higher, even if you didn't get the best entry level. Okay, that's really indicative of when you're trading a trend. That's really an important characteristic of when you're trading a trend, is that it continues going up higher, okay, and you're not in the red, okay, even if you didn't get the best fill, okay, even if you didn't enter the best position. So, ultimately speaking, here we're just trading in a range, and it seems just very arbitrary, okay. So I would look to, more the EURUSD today to see if it does break out higher or it does sell off a little bit, and for any indication for it to jump in. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.